Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence.
From Homestead Media, this is HHS In-Depth.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth. On today's show, Grace Dickmeyer shows us a foreign exchange student who's heading to Belgium for her junior year of high school. Will Charantini comes on and gives us some insight on the trip to Spain coming up next year. And finally, Caroline Burns is in the studio to give us an all-new edition of Behind the Curtain. All of this and so much more only on today's edition of HHS In-Depth. It's Friday, February 28th, and thank you for joining us today on HHS In-Depth. I'm Josh Bobe.
And I'm Matthias Arizmendi. And Josh, it's warmed up quite a bit this week with the temps even reaching the 50s, which is the warmest we've seen since fall.
I've seen some people outside wearing shorts, but I think I'm fine over here in my sweatpants. So let's send it over to weather reporter Emma Munoz to let us know if shorts are finally in season.
Well, I hate to break it to you guys, but you might want to keep those shorts tucked away a little while longer. For the rest of today, expect a high of 55 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. It will be a little windy, but you will still want to take advantage of the warm temps as you're leaving the school today, because heading into Saturday, we'll see the high drop all the way down to 31 with cloudy skies throughout the day. A huge difference in what we've seen these last few days. To wrap up the weekend, temperatures will be at a high of 34. Expect the sun to peek back out a bit, though it will still be chilly, so bundle up and stay warm. I'll be back to let you know what you can expect from next week's temps. Emma Munoz, HHS In-Depth.
And now we go beyond Homestead.
Elon Musk has taken on a new role in government oversight, sending an email to federal employees requiring them to submit weekly reports detailing their accomplishments. Those who fail to comply could face termination. Musk was appointed by President Trump to review and reduce federal spending. When asked about the decision, Musk stated, "The reason this matters is that a significant number of people who are supposed to be working for the government are doing so little work that they are not checking their email at all." In other news, an asteroid that once sparked public concern is now considered far less of a threat. The football field-sized asteroid was originally thought to have a 3% chance of striking Earth in about 8 years. However, updated calculations suggest the probability is dropping even further, likely to less than 1%.
Thank you, Matthias, for some news outside the walls of Homestead. One Homestead student is embarking on a unique journey, gaining new experiences and embracing a completely different lifestyle. Reporter Grace Dickmeyer joins us now to share more about this exciting new chapter.
Recently, one of Homestead students, Makora Stacy, was selected and approved by the Fort Wayne Rotary to be an exchange student next year. While many students are planning their schedules for next year at Homestead, she's planning hers for across the Atlantic Ocean in Belgium.
I was invited to the Fort Wayne Rotary meeting this Monday, and I was recognized as getting accepted as an outbound youth exchange student through Rotary Youth Exchange Program.
Yeah, so I've always had an interest in the French language and culture. I took French when I was younger at Canterbury, and I just always have loved the language.
This year abroad brings many new opportunities and experiences for Makora, but not just in Belgium.
I really just hope to take advantage of Belgium's location in Europe. It is centrally located and it's very near to other countries, and so I can easily travel. It's a 2-hour train ride from London, a 2-hour train ride from Paris, and so it'll be easy for me to kind of see different landmarks of Europe.
If you would like to get involved in the Fort Wayne Rotary's Youth Exchange Program, see the website linked below. Grace Dickmeyer, HHS In-Depth.
Thank you for the story, Grace. Stay tuned. More HHS In-Depth is coming up next.
February is Black History Month, and this week we're focusing on a music educator. Rodney Whitaker was born on February 22nd, 1968. Rodney studied violin at age 8 and later at age 13 took up acoustic bass. He took up music because he felt obligated and responsible to be a part of that legacy that was branded through people like Marion Hayden, Ralph Armstrong, and Robert Hurst. He's a well-known director of jazz studies and the artistic director of the Professors of Jazz at Michigan State University. As a committed jazz instructor, Whitaker has presented numerous master classes around the world teaching young individuals music. This has been the end of HHS In-Depth Black History Month. However, this doesn't mean the celebration stops here.
Welcome back to HHS In-Depth.
New scholarships, including many specifically for Homestead High School seniors, have been added to the HHS Scholarships page online. One example is the Sabre Scholarship, a 4-year renewable award exclusively for a Homestead graduate. To learn more about this and other opportunities, visit the Homestead High School website today. To get the scholarships page, click the Guidance tab and scroll down to see scholarships.
Class of 2025, if you have not yet ordered your cap and gown for graduation, please do so by tomorrow to ensure delivery to the school. All cap and gown orders will be distributed in mid-April during all lunch periods. Scan the QR code shown in the graphic to go to the Jostens website for these Homestead items.
A new event at Homestead is bringing together students from across the political spectrum for an open and respectful discussion. Spartan Dialogue is the first gathering of all politically minded student organizations, aiming to create a space for conversation about the state of the country and the future.
So basically, it's going to be a merger between Young Progressives, NOW, We the People, some people from Students for Life and Mock Trial Club, besides Young Americans for Freedom. And essentially, it's going to be a discussion on local and national issues, be it politics, social issues, or otherwise. I think it's a great discussion to have because it merges all these socially and politically adept clubs at Homestead, and it's just a nice discussion to have with your peers. You can see behind me the gray box. That's where it's going to be at from 2:30 to 3:30 on Friday. So make sure to be there if you're interested, is the advice that I would give to a lot of people.
The event, hosted by Young Progressives, takes place today after school in the gray box until about 3:30.
If you're looking for unique finds at a bargain price while supporting a great cause, look no further. Tomorrow, the Environmental Club is hosting its 11th annual New to You sale, a fundraiser dedicated to maintaining the Environmental Center.
So this is Environmental Club's 11th annual New to You resale. It's happening tomorrow in the school cafeteria. We're inviting everyone to enter door 1. Doors open at 9, stay open until 4. It's basically a huge garage sale with all kinds of treasures to be found. This event is the yearly fundraiser where we give thrift materials a second chance at life. All profits are used to fund the summer work-study program for the upkeep of the Environmental Center. So all the money goes to purchasing wood chips for the trails, building boardwalks, and so much more. The whole community is able to come and support us through purchasing our donations, like the ones you can see behind me at our sale, and we would love to see you there.
Come out and support the Environmental Club and possibly find a hidden treasure or trinket. Enter door 1 beginning at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
If you missed the thrill of dodgeball from gym class, you're in luck. The Intramural Dodgeball League is back for its 2nd year. This tournament is open to all students, offering a fun and competitive way to get involved.
Well, last year was our first year, and honestly, I just wanted to play in another intramural league. I know we had the basketball league and such, and also wiffle ball, but I wanted to bring back another one, and dodgeball was probably the easiest way. I just think it creates such a good community in space, and I think it's such a fun extracurricular to do. I mean, I know we don't play dodgeball anymore at gym, so I figured maybe making a league where you can play with your own friends and against your friends would just be a lot more fun and inclusive. I definitely think it adds to the school spirit because it's a Homestead intramural league, so it's only Homestead exclusive. However, it's all grade levels, so I think it also adds to that inclusivity, and it's co-ed, so anybody can join.
If you're interested in joining, reach out to Aiden at the email shown below or scan the QR code on flyers around the school.
Ever wanted to explore the Dominican Republic? This July, you'll have the chance to experience whitewater rafting, ziplining, snorkeling, and more. If you're ready for an adventure, reach out to Mrs. Bush at the email address shown here for more details.
If you love the outdoors and want to experience some of the most breathtaking sights in the country, consider joining this year's Environmental Work Study trip from May 31st to June 6th. Students will explore 6 national parks and at least 3 national monuments.
This year's work study program, our travel is going to be Saturday, May 31st through Friday, June 6th. Our mission and vision for this annual summer travel through the work study program is to visit places around the United States where people from other countries come to ours to see our domestic locations. Students can expect to have daily hikes and sightseeing opportunities. This year we have planned to visit 6 national parks and at least 3 national monuments. Those parks include the Grand Canyon, Zion, Bryce, Capitol Reef, Arches, and Canyonlands. We are so excited at the opportunity to fill our very few last remaining spots on this trip this summer.
Be sure to reach out to Mrs. Merkling or Mr. Yeager for more information on this trip. Contact them at the email address shown below.
Boys golf season is right around the corner. Coach Mazak will hold a meeting for all prospective golfers on Monday, March 3rd at 3:15 p.m. in the Gray Box to go over eligibility requirements and tryout policies. If you're interested in joining the 2025 Spartan golf team, be sure to attend.
Interested in joining Unified Track this season? The call-out meeting is after school today in room B1042. To participate, you'll need a current sports physical uploaded to Final Forms and must complete an application, which you can pick up in the athletic office or at the meeting. Applications are due by Monday, March 3rd. If you have any questions, email Coach Hoffer at the email address shown below.
The Foreign Language Department is planning a trip to Spain in 2026, offering students an incredible opportunity to immerse themselves in the culture and language of the country. To learn more about this adventure and what students can expect, here's HHS In-Depth reporter Will Cerantini.
Exciting news for Homestead students. The World Language Department is gearing up for a trip to Spain next year during spring break, open to students Spanish 2 and above.
When we make our trips, we try to focus on both cultural immersion to learn and see all sorts of cultural sites, but also linguistic immersion, so that way the students are exposed to Spanish while they're on the trip.
The trip will take students to 2 incredible destinations where they'll dive deep into Spain's history, architecture, and cuisine.
One afternoon, we'll take a class to learn how to make a paella, which is a popular food from Spain, and we'll learn how to make it. An excursion one day to a mountain top surrounding Barcelona and take a cable car to the top of the mountain. There's some hiking up there. We'll do the buildings that Antonio Gaudí designed, including Sagrada Familia.
But it's not just about sightseeing. Students will be encouraged to speak Spanish the entire trip, creating a truly immersive experience.
Once we board the plane to Spain, where we switched over to Spanish, and we really encourage the students to use Spanish all the time. We're going to use Spanish with them. We like them to use Spanish with us. We'll have a guide with us. It's just really amazing every year, and it's the reason why we do these trips, is we really want to give our students the opportunity to apply all that they're learning in the classroom into the most realistic scenario we can create, and that would be in Spain.
A parent and student informational meeting will be held this Monday in the Gray Box at 6 o'clock. If you're interested, make sure to attend. Will Cerantini, HHS In-Depth.
Thanks for the story, Will. We'll be right back with more HHS In-Depth.
Next week, it looks like we'll be seeing some warmer weather, with Monday having a high of 45 degrees with partly cloudy skies settling in and a 40% chance for rain later that night. Tuesday, it looks like we'll be seeing some AM rain showers, but the highs jump back into the 50s. For Wednesday, we'll be a little bit warmer with a high of 54 degrees, but Thursday you'll need to get your coat back out as the highs fall back into the 30s. All things considered, it looks like the winter weather is behind us for now, and hopefully we should be getting some nicer spring temps in the future. Emma Munoz, HHS In-Depth.
Next week, Reporter Bryce Lovar brings us a story on Homestead's new student service and discipline office spaces. Be sure to catch that and much more next week on HHS In-Depth.
Welcome to Behind the Curtain. I'm Caroline Burns. This week was full of exciting events for the Homestead Performing Arts Department. The Homestead Show Choir hosted the biggest high school show choir competition in the nation, the Homestead Classic Showcase, this past weekend. While they did not compete themselves, the Spartans welcomed 42 groups from all over the nation to sing and dance, competing for awards.
Showcase, which we hosted this past weekend, is an amazing opportunity to show off a bunch of show choirs all over the world. We hosted Homestead Classic Showcase, which is the largest show choir competition in the country currently. It was just an amazing experience. You have the awesome chance to see both large and small groups, univoice and mixed. And at the end of the night, if you stayed, you could have watched Class Royale perform as well as Elite in the earlier evening, our univoice group. And besides that, we also have a bunch of vendors that come in and sell their goodies. Overall, it was just an amazing experience for all of us. I had such a fun time, and I can't wait to do it again next year for my senior year.
Both Homestead Elite and Class Royale will be performing this weekend at Huntington North, with Elite taking the stage at 8:30 a.m. and Class Royale at 4:45. So be sure to show your support to your fellow Spartan show choir members this Saturday. The Jazz Band competed at the Northside Jazz Festival this past weekend. Jazz 1 placed first, with several performers winning solo awards. Jazz 2 also secured a victory, and Jazz 3 came in a close second. Both Jazz 2 and Jazz 3 had several performers also winning solo awards. They will perform tomorrow at Ball State. Congratulations to the JV and varsity dance teams on outstanding results at their regional competition last Saturday. The varsity teams earned second place in hip hop and third place in jazz. The JV teams did an amazing job, earning themselves the Jazz Regional Champions title and got second place in hip hop. This weekend, the dance team will face off at the Indiana Fairgrounds on Sunday, the 9th, for their state competition. If you see a dancer in the hallway, be sure to wish them luck for their big day. In other upcoming performances, Winter Guard will perform this Saturday, March 1st, at Northview, and Wind, Percussions, and Strings will face off this Saturday at North Central for their ISMA State Solo and Ensemble competition. This wraps up the past week of performing arts. So be on the lookout for more performing arts news on the next edition of Behind the Curtain. Caroline Burns, HHS In-Depth. Josh, Matthias, back to you.
Thank you, Caroline, and thank you all for watching our show today.
Make sure to follow our socials to keep up with the latest news from Homestead Media.
We look forward to seeing you again next week for another episode of HHS In-Depth.
Enjoy your weekend, Homestead.